Hi everyone, my name is Josh Newman, and today I'm going to be making some curry udon for my Writing 104 Maker Badge. So let's get started. Okay, so first and foremost, what is curry udon as a dish? Well, it's a very popular Japanese dish that normally consists of, obviously, curry, which is an Indian spice that is usually made into a gravy-like sauce that is usually combined with assorted vegetables of the cook's choosing, and also different meats. You can use chicken, beef, whatever you want to use. And also, fun fact, according to one of my sources, curry is thought to be as old or from 2500 BCE, which is really cool. And it kind of shows that it's been around a really long time, and a lot of different cultures have made their mark on it. So today we're going to be using Japanese curry, which is a little bit different from the Indian curry. It's thicker in texture. When you make the sauce, it's a bit thicker in texture, and it's a little bit sweeter. So that's going to be interesting to see. And Japanese udon noodles are just, if you ever had ramen noodles, they're basically that, but they're a little bit thicker, they're a little bit softer, and they're very, very good. Okay, so now that I've gone over what the dish really is, a lot of you may be wondering why I chose to make this dish in particular. I basically chose it because I know that I'm leaving home soon for college, and I'm going to be living on my own, and I really wanted to start cooking more so that I'm prepared when I'm, have to take care of myself a little bit more than I am now. And I really wanted to look for recipes that were relatively easy, but still a little complex, that involved a lot more steps than I'm used to. And I think this dish fit it quite well. And it's a little bit exotic and new and not something that I'm used to eating, so I wanted to give it a shot. Okay, so now that I've given you a bit of background on what curry udon is, I'm gonna go over the ingredients that I'm gonna be using to make the dish today. Okay, so our first ingredient is gonna be this Japanese golden curry sauce. I chose it in the medium hot because I like it a little spicy. It's also the only type that I could find at my local Walmart, but you could choose any sort of spice that you want. If you don't like spice, you don't have to get it. But it looks really good. It comes in a cube form, so you just have to add it to water, and that's what we're gonna be doing. Our next ingredient is gonna be this umyojo udon noodles. It comes in a 3-pack, and I got it off of Amazon, but you can get it anywhere else. This is kind of the best one that I could find. See, it has like the really thick noodles, and I'm gonna be really excited to try it out. Hello, this is Future Josh here. I don't think I did a very good job of explaining what udon noodles are in the first half of the video, so I'm just gonna say it again while we're on the topic. Udon noodles are a type of Japanese noodle similar to ramen and soba, except they're usually thicker and larger in size and made of wheat flour. Like ramen, these noodles are typically found in soup dishes, but are also used for other dishes, like curry udon. Also, according to a study done in 2017 by Sikander and Malik about the unhealthiness of instant ramen, buying fresh noodles like the ones that I'm using for this recipe and not their instant versions can also help you stay away from large unhealthy amounts of sodium and preservatives. So, just a quick tangent, back to the rest of the ingredients. Thank you for listening. Okay, so now we have the chicken that I'm going to be using. This is just chicken breast from the market near me, which is Dave's Market, so if you just want to go get some there. You could also use beef if you want, pork. I know pork is really popular with curry dishes in Japan, so it's really up to you, but I chose chicken. Okay, and lastly we have our vegetables. I just went with carrots and onions, but you could also add stuff like potatoes and maybe some celery, but I just chose to keep it simple and went with 2. Okay, so we've gone over our ingredients, we know what we're going to be using, and now it's time to make the actual dish, so let's do it. Our first step in the making process is going to be cutting up the chicken into bite-sized pieces. Okay, so the chicken's now cut, we're going to move it to the side, and we're going to do the same with our vegetables. I'm going to be using 2 carrots and 1 onion. Okay, the vegetables are all cut. And now it's time to cook. Add some vegetable oil to a medium saucepan, and then we're going to start adding in our chicken and our vegetables. We're going to let this cook for about 5 minutes or until the chicken is thoroughly cooked and the vegetables are a little bit softer. Then we're going to add 2 1/4 cups of water and bring that water to a simmer. Once it's simmering, cover it and set a timer for 15 minutes. While the chicken is cooking, we're going to prepare our curry. We can do this by opening up the box and breaking the larger block into 5 cubes. Once the timer's done, we can turn off the heat and then start to add the curry cubes one by one. Make sure to stir thoroughly until the entire cube is melted. Once all 5 cubes are melted, we're going to turn back on the heat and bring the curry to a simmer. Once it starts to simmer, set a timer for 5 minutes and stir constantly. As soon as the timer is done, turn off the heat and cover the curry. Next, in a pot of your choosing, add however much water is needed to cook your noodles. In my case, it was about 2.5 cups because I was using 2 servings. Bring this water to a boil and cook based on the time on the packaging of the noodles. Once the noodles are cooked, pour them out into a strainer and drain them of any water. Alright, the noodles are done. Look at that, looks good. Now that both the curry and the noodles are done, it's time to plate. Add your noodles and top it with your desired amount of curry. If you followed all the instructions properly, this should be the finished product. Now it's time to taste test. Alrighty, let's give it a taste test here. I can approve. It came out fantastic. And if my approval isn't enough, here's my parents.
That was delicious.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yum.
There we go. You heard it here first.